Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body, like storm clouds, feeling yourself become calm, steady, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. And let's see what your chakra energy is. Taurus, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Life purpose, the third chakra. And I love this because I am seeing here that there's something that you have been struggling towards, and it's our life purpose. And we always think that that life purpose is supposed to be something grandiose. It's supposed to be something that takes the breath away of everybody who hears it. But a lot of times, our life purposes are small, are carefully crafted, are quiet, are felt by only a few, but are profound nonetheless. And so here, as you're moving forward in this time, and as you're looking at everything, and we have Mercury retrograde, we have, the blue moon on Samhain, on Halloween, and the energy here is so intense. And during this time of chaos and truth and understanding and connection with spirit and the divine, there is a walking towards a purpose that was lost to you, that got tangled up in the muck and the mire of everything else that this world has to offer. And now it's claiming your voice. It's claiming your truth. And it's moving towards a purpose that might not seem like a big deal to everybody else. And it doesn't have to. It's not their life. It's yours. It is your purpose. It is your dream. It is your soul. And that leads you to universal light. Now, this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above the crown. And I don't know if I stated that this is the throat chakra, the life purpose. And so here, with this universal light, you are the point here where the light shines off of, where the universe connects with you. And just knowing that you are part of you are part of the universe. There we go. You have stardust coursing through your veins. You have, this divine connection to the world at large. And there's something just absolutely beautiful and romantic and poetic about that. And it's using that universal light. It's using that universal truth. It's using that gift of the universe of light and of glory and of understanding and of connection to shine and to move forward. And it leads you to creativity, which is the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is where a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives are held. And so with the sacral chakra, we're looking at what has held us back from our creative selves, what has kept us from moving forward, the fears that we have either inherited through our DNA line, inherited through the life that we've lived ourselves, and also inherited through our past life experiences. And we're sitting here and we are attempting to break forward into the creativity that we want to call into this world, but also the creativity that seems to be blocked within us. And so of focusing on the sacral chakra, of focusing on the creative, beautiful, exploratory, barrier-breaking self that you are, and letting that energy come forth. It doesn't mean that it has to come forward in a way that is, out of this world and takes everybody's breath away. It means that you feel this energy flowing and moving within you, through you, and with you. And that creativity opens you up to seeing things a new way. It can also increase sexual energy within you, absolutely. And so creative energy is flowing through you very strongly. But there's a sense here of an empowerment, of a beauty, of an understanding, and of a grace that you are connecting with yourself. Now the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. And the right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. The Hanged Man. Taurus, you're seeing things differently than everybody else. And when the Hanged Man comes in, we usually think that we're wrong. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing things the same way, or we get annoyed. It's looking at things and saying, okay, I'm developing. I'm looking at things differently. I don't have the same view of the world, of this or that everybody else has. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It means I'm different. And so what? Embrace your difference. It's just very easy to say and sometimes astoundingly hard to do. Yeah, because you have the 10 of Wands here. You've been carrying a load for so long. And it's been so overwhelming and it's been so much. And you're going uphill with 10 wands, 10 broomsticks here. And it's like, oh my goodness. But there's a sense of letting go of the load. And the freedom of that is going to be brilliant, which leads you to the 10 of Cups, which leads you to, and they all live happily ever after. A brilliance, a beauty, a truth, an understanding that brings temperance, that brings balance into your life. And temperance is, of course, also representative of Sagittarius energy, which is November 22nd to December 21st. We then have the 4 of Wands, a celebration that cannot be denied. It can't be. It is embracing your life. It is embracing yourself. It is embracing the way that you move forward. It is new opportunities coming your way and joy that really needs to be expressed. Then we have the Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Knight of Love, a defender of love, of truth, of beauty, of understanding. And it brings you to the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, which is going to be very strong if you're born on the cusp with Gemini, but also very strong nonetheless. The Queen of Swords is a cutting through doubts and fears, a knowing where you stand and what you stand for. It's a knowing your mind and your truth and what you desire. And it brings you to the 8 of Wands. It brings you to things moving forward more quickly, more succinctly, more powerfully than you had thought they would. You thought, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever, or how am I even going to get there? And then through a knowledge of understanding, you move forward because you have this power of your heart during this time, this power of love, moving you towards where you need to be. And it's like, ready or not, here it comes. There is a change that's coming that affects you emotionally, that just, it's not going to be the same. And, things aren't going to be the same. And you have the repeat of the number 10 right here. And that is an ending of a cycle, an ending of the cycle towards your passion, towards what you desire, and also towards your heart. You then have the Star card, Aquarius energy, coming forward, a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. Looking at the highest form of your perfection. There's a sense of energy coming from the heavens into the earth and moving you forward in a way of blessings. You then have the Four of Cups. Divinity is handing you a gift in the most unlikely of ways. And it's not going to be the glitziest, most overwhelming thing to come into your path. But it is going to be something that really does mean the world to you. We have the Wheel of Fortune now. We have 3 tens. So that is definitely the divine bringing a change, a divine change coming in. And the 10 in the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, is things changing. You feel at times like you're on a roller coaster ride. It's like, where will things end? Where will my luck come in? Or how will things be moving forward? And you then have the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient because the prosperity comes. And tend to the garden that you have planted. Tend towards the seeds of prosperity and wealth that you have planted within this world. And know that, yes, we as human beings, we want things yesterday. We just do. And here with the Seven of Pentacles, it's knowing that things take time. Things take time as they develop and as we develop into them. And that in divine timing, things will be so much sweeter, so much better than we had anticipated. Yeah. Let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Taurus? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Who are the people who will be aiding Taurus? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have Star News here. This is Capricorn energy, a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th. This is a person, okay? This could be a person that you actually look at and they're a little bit chaotic within themselves because Sununus is the devil in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and Sununus is the god of the forest. So the god of the forest is neither good nor bad. It's kind of like Mother Nature is neither good nor bad. It's simply nature. And so here, there is a person who, with a Capricorn energy, very down to earth, very detail oriented, but can be looking at things in a very different way than you do. Are you going to be drawn to this person? Yes, because they have the earth sign energy that you more readily understand and can really connect with. And so here, with this person who will be aiding you, there is a bit of chaos within them. There is a bit of change to who they are. Okay? And I don't know how better to explain that. And this doesn't have to be a person that you know. This can be a person that, works affect you through any sort of media, through any sort of way in life. So here, there is a sense of just a greater understanding, a greater sense of knowledge, of truth, of a broadening of the mindset coming to you. And that's going to be really rather nice. Okay, but just be a little bit mindful of the person because they do have this chaoticness around them that I'm just seeing really coming forward, which, with Capricorns, you would think that's completely the opposite because Capricorns are usually so grounded and so centered and so terribly focused. And so here, they do have that grounding and that centeredness, and they open up a world to you, but they open also up this way of thinking, this way of looking at things that can just add a little bit of chaos into your life. So just be aware of that. And then we have the Lord. This is Aries energy, a time frame of March 21st to April 19th. If you're born on the cusp of, Aries to Taurus, this is going to be somebody that you feel very connected with because they are going to have that Aries energy that is a part of you. But this is also somebody who is a leader, so they share that leadership, personality trait that you guys have, most definitely. And there is a sense here of determination, of focus, of fire, of truth, of, standing your ground, knowing what it is that you want, knowing what it is that you need. And as we embrace this energy and this person of Aries, and it doesn't have to be that they're completely in Aries, but they have very strong Aries tendencies to them during this time, that we stand up straighter. We can take control of things more forcefully, more honestly, more succinctly, more determinedly during this time and as we find what we want and as we're stepping into our own, because there is a sense here, and it's with the horns, The horns are a sign of royalty. You have the stag, which is a sign of royalty, and in the ancient world, they would put horns on a king's head to show that they were kind of the king of the forest here, which is what's being, and the posture. And I know it's artwork, so a person does have a style, but the posture is kind of very similar. The stance, the assurity, the broad-shoulderedness of it. So these are people of force and of determination, and that's going to be something that really does intrigue you during this time, this force, this determination, this fire, this logic, this planting of seeds, this reaping of a harvest, this not being able to always know what is happening, but being able to connect with the power within to move forward. And then we have the King of Cups, which makes perfect sense, because the King of Cups is a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. But this is a king who rules himself. Because if you see here, he's a king on this rock. Yes, he has this Irish wolfhound behind him. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he is a king on a rock in the water. And it's implied that he is a king of more, but it's not seen. And so in this world, it is implied that we are kings of others. We rule over others in some form or another. It could be in the family, it could be in the workplace, it could be in friendships. It's not a bad thing to be a natural leader or to be somebody who gives guidance and everything like that. But the real person that we rule over, the only person that we rule over at all, is ourselves. And even then, we say, oh, I'm not going to eat that cookie. I'm going to exercise this amount of time every single day, or I'm going to get this amount of work done and have this schedule and everything like that. And we break it. We do. We just do. We'll sit there and we'll become a little bit lackadaisical within ourselves. And so here, there is that sense of knowing that you rule only you. And even then, that's enough, because you're not the easiest person to rule, right? And so there is a sense when you have this power around you, and this could all be one person, where it's a sense of, this is my passion, this is what I desire, and this is the truth of how I'm moving forward, with heart, with passion, with determination, with the fire of the reason I get out of bed in the morning, and also with practicality, with my feet firmly planted on the ground. And there's going to be this energy around you, and it can be somebody who passed, okay? It can be very much so towards somebody who passed, that is watching over you and connecting with you, right? Yeah. A father-like figure, for some, very much so, or a person who kind of took on that role of mentor, of guardian, of guide. And that's the energy that's around you. And that's really quite beautiful. And you're seeing things so differently, Taurus. It's the energy coming at you, again, as before, Mercury retrograde, the full moon, the blue moon on Samhain, on Halloween, the spirit world and this world being the thinnest, and also the confusion that is around everything, that has been around everything for so long now, brings to you a bit of clarity. And I know that sounds so odd, but it's almost like you've reached your saturation point, and it's like, enough is enough. I'm not seeing this the way everybody else is. I'm not doing this the way everybody else is. It doesn't mean that you're not taking care of things and you're not being safe and everything like that, but it means that you are coming out of this place of chaos and entering into a place of truth for you, which is so important. And now that you're looking at things differently, you're seeing yourself and what you desire and what you need and what you want from life so differently. And it's more open, more honest, more truthful. And it brings you to the 10 of Wands. It brings you to the burdens that you've been carrying. And it's like, oh my goodness, this is intense. And you've been carrying it for so long. The 10 of Wands they're the burdens we carry and we pick up along the way. And we think, oh, well, I can handle that. Just one more thing, I can do that. And then it's, oh, okay, yeah, I can definitely help that person out. And I can ease their load this way, and I can help them out that way. Or I can, take on just one more thing. It's only one more thing. And then it becomes the point where you're trudging uphill, and look how, distraught her face is. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get there? When am I ever going to be being able to let go of everything that I carry? And where's the help for me? And you could really be feeling that, like, where's the help for me? And this is letting go. And it might be harsh, okay? But here's the thing with people. As much as we want to ease their burdens and take away the harshness of the lessons that they learn. You can't. You simply cannot. They have to learn it. They have to come to understandings themselves. They have to fall and fail and ask for help if they need it and pull themselves up. And the 10 of Wands shows us this. It also shows us the burdens that we carry, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the angers, the upsets, the upheavals. And it's a release. Because as you release it, it's like now you can fly, right? You can go on a broomstick and you can fly. You can also be able to clean the house, if they're just regular broomsticks. You also have kindling to burn that fire, to have that creative energy come forward. And this is stopping to carrying the burdens. And this is starting to burn your truth, to live in the fire, in the brilliance, in the abundance that is your truth. And it leads you to, and they all live happily ever after. And this is what we all work for, right? And they all live happily ever after. It's beautiful. It is serene. It is a coming together. It's a confirmation of everything that we want. And it doesn't mean that our happily ever after has to look like everybody else's. It just doesn't. It means that we are happy and contented within our lives, within our souls, within ourselves. The 10 of Cups is a rejoice. Excuse me. It is a coming together of energy, of brilliance and of beauty, of happiness, of success, of family or friends that have become like family. And I know in the state of the world right now, it is quite hard. But there is a sense of a coming together towards what you truly desire in life and what you truly want. Because as much as everything has been so hard, it's also boiled it down to what is really important to us. And it's made us see it in a way that is so raw and honest, in a way that is so us. And it moves you to temperance. It moves you to a place of balance. As you have this conclusion, coming to the end of a cycle with passion, with love, there's a balance that it brings. But what I love here is that her eye is open. She's speaking as she's balancing. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm balanced, but let's make sure that everything is still balanced around me or is still moving forward the right way. This temperance energy, this Sagittarius energy, brings forward the passion, the creativity, the fire, the desire. It also pulls people together. You can find that you have this social aspect to yourself that you are needing to connect with. You're needing to embrace. There is the sense here of a balance coming in and a understanding of self. It can be having a conversation with you and your spirit guides. It can be having a spirit guide journal and writing it all out. Writing out what you need to be balanced, what you need to harmonize you, what you are looking for, what you desire, what you want and love in life. And moving forward and moving in that beauty, that grace, and that brilliance. And it moves you as you see this balance and as you start to balance what you desire and what you love and what you want from life. It moves you to a celebration within your soul, within your heart. This is a happiness that cannot be denied. Taurus, this is a beauty that will not be held back. And as this beauty steps forward and as you embrace you, it's not embracing everybody else. It's not sitting there and trying to conform and saying, oh, well, everybody's walking that way. That has to absolutely be the right path. It's saying, okay, I'm embracing the beauty, the wonder, the brilliance, the celebration, the happiness, the joy that is right for me, that is glorious for me, that is powerful for me. And it moves you forward in that way of being a defender of your heart, of your soul, and of yourself. This is going to open up new job opportunities. This is going to open up deeper connections with relationships. Okay, this can open up the whole world to us because we learned how to celebrate. Instead of sitting there and being morose and sad and overwhelmed and angry and upset, it's like, let's let joy in. Even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just the smallest thing that we can be joyful about. It is going to be the most important thing because it starts to change what we're focusing on. And it brings you to the Knight of Cups. And I love how the bubbles are the hearts here. And it's the night of your emotions, Okay, it is, oh, that's so interesting, because as I said, night of the emotions, it's like the nights can be very emotional for you. This is a sense of love coming in. This is a sense of love moving you forward. This is a sense of your heart, because this is the heart line. Your heart saying, I defend what I love, what I want, and what I need within my life. My truth, my balance, my understanding, my brilliance, and my purpose. I'm moving forward slowly and steadily, yes. But that's how you like to move forward. All right? And that's how we like to move forward within the heart. And why I say that's how you like to move forward, Taurus, is because you're represented by the second slowest, not the second, you're the slowest moving knight. So there's the Knight of Pentacles, who moves forward slowly and steadily. And that's how we like to move forward in wealth. Because when we move forward in wealth, slowly and steadily and succinctly, okay, it lasts so much more. And then the second slowest moving knight is the Knight of Cups. This is the Knight of emotions and love. And it's falling in love slowly and gently, then deeply and all-encompassingly. And it's not just romantic love, though that is tremendously nice. It is the love of the heart. It is the love of our lives, for ourselves, as we move forward in wonderment and joy and understanding. And it's the heart and the mind coming together. And why that is so important, and why I view this as being so terribly important, is because I see us as emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we have to connect with our hearts. We have to connect with our emotions. And we have our minds. So we want things to be either one way or another. We want things to either be completely logical or completely emotional. And we have to have them right in the middle. Because if they're completely logical, we can be a bit cold and a bit distant. And that's not good. And if we're completely emotional, we could be an absolute mess. It's like, that's just too much. You want right in the middle. You want where your logical mind, complements your emotional self. And when your emotional self complements your logical mind, and you find that balance, you find that harmony, you find that rhythm within you. And the Queen of Swords is the warrior queen. She cuts through doubts and fears. She knows what it is that she desires, what it is that she wants, what it is that she's looking for. There's passion, there's determination, there's a no putting up with bull whatsoever. There could be a little bit of a coldness to the Queen of Swords, most definitely. There can be a little bit more of it's kind of like being business-minded, right? And it depends on how emotionally inclined you are. And Taurus, you are an astoundingly sensual, emotional being, all right? So it depends how in touch with the emotions that you are. Yeah, that you have. How logic works on you, okay? How logical or cold you can seem, because your cold could be somebody else's like boiling hot. Like you can be so intense. And that's a really good thing. I don't view that as a bad thing at all. But there is a need here to be more logical, more succinct, more understanding, more powerful, more brilliant. And that is really what moves you forward during this time. And there's a sense of, slaying the dragons that hold you back. And the dragons are what hoard away and guard away what we hold most precious to us. And why we need the swords for this is because it's really, quite frankly, the only weapon within the tarot lineup. Like, you have the wands here being magic wands, and that's cool, they can definitely be. But they can also be, walking sticks and kindling. So here, there is a cutting through doubts and fears, there's a fire, there's a passion, there's a truth, there's a knowledge. And that knowledge can seem rather cold and distant, but it is an overwhelming factor of knowledge, brilliance, and beauty for you. And you're not taking anybody's bull. You really aren't. And then we have the Eight of Wands. It's like through this determination of will and of self, this dedication, this change of seasons that is coming in, everything moves quickly. And in your heart, you're grounded here in things changing course, in things moving forward in a way that you hadn't expected. And it might not be necessarily changing course, but moving forward in a way that you didn't think it was going to happen quite yet. Or you thought, oh my gosh, it's going to take so much more time. And now there is this power, this fire, this movement to you. And it can almost feel, if you see it right here with the tornado, it can almost feel like you got caught up in a whirlwind. It's like, oh my gosh. But it's moving forward in a way that you can't stop. You just cannot stop it. And it's like, ready or not, here comes this change. And there's a celebration. There's a moving forward in love and in knowledge and in a defender of your heart and a warrior of your thought coming forward. And it's like, you are more than ready for this change, Taurus. And as we embrace this change, there is the Aquarius energy. There is the stars coming forward. And it's the stars in the sky that we wish upon. It's our hopes and it's our dreams and it's our highest form of perfection that we see and that we take in, that we look at. And it's starting the public arena. It's crowning the public arena. And so what you have crowning you during this time is a change of the way that you see things. Okay? You're not like everybody else. And that's not a bad thing. A celebration, akin to a wedding, a celebration that brings joy and happiness and brilliance into your life, or a really great party that you've really wanted to be going to. And then the stars in the sky. Our ancestors looked up in the sky and they charted their course of life by the stars. They named them. They found them as sacred. They were the highest form of man's perfection when they looked up at the night sky. And that is what we're going to be seeing here. As you enter into the public arena, the magic coming from above, going to below, coming from your consciousness, okay? As above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. Into the waters, into the emotion of yourself that you stand in. Because we all stand in the waters of our emotions on this earth. And there's a sense of moving forward and blessing yourself. Moving forward and seeing things more openly, more honestly, more brilliantly, more truthfully, more than you had seen them before. It's a looking and knowing that your soul's wish is being heard. It's not the wish that we cross our fingers for and say, oh, please let it happen. But it's our soul's wish. It's the deep connective part of our heart and our mind and our bodies and ourselves that divinity is seeing and answering. But again, not in our time, in divine time. It moves you then to the Four of Cups. There's a way that you're looking at things, and you're looking at these cups, and if you see the engraving on them and, the color here, they're so much more elaborate than this cup that's being handed. You're going to be looking at things, puzzling things over, figuring things out, and you're looking one way, and it's one very specific way. And divinity is going to hand you a gift that is plain, that is not as shiny and sparkly as other distractions will be. But it's deep and it's meaningful, it's powerful, and it's grace. And it moves you then to the Wheel of Fortune as you take this gift or even become conscious of this gift. It moves you into a new season. It moves you into a new time. It moves you in a new way. It's kind of like, what will I be blessed with? And when I see this, I think of the poem Happiness, where it says, happiness is like a crystal, fair, exquisite, and clear, broken in a million pieces, shattered, scattered far and near. Now and again, along life's journey, lo, some shining fragments fall. But there are so many pieces, no one ever finds them all. And I know that was a long quote, but I love the way it's put. It's like life is shattered. And we come into an existence not having all the winning pieces. We just don't. And you can see that as being sad or whatever, but I really view it as being true. We don't know all the answers, but we gather up truth along the way. And we have certain blessings. When we have certain blessings that are unique and powerful to us, we look at the blessings other people have and we think, that would be really great. Like, that looks so much better than what I can do. And this is taking in your blessings. This is holding them sacred to you. And this is also taking in your truth, your power, your understanding, your abundance, and moving towards a new season, a new time, knowing that everything changes. And that along the way, we gather up different gifts and different pieces, but we'll never have the full crystal put together. And that's okay. Even though in our world today, it's like, it's not okay. You have to be able to do everything. Everything, it has to be all-encompassing, or else it's just not good. And that's not true. We're not meant to do everything. We're meant to have skills and to have blessings that are usually very specific. It's very specific and very beautiful. And there's a nurturing of this aspect of ourselves in the public arena, because there's a sense here of feeling like you have to be pushed to do more. It can be feeling like you have to be pushed to be better at everything, feeling like you have to be pushed forward in a very certain way. And it's like, no, you can have your blessings be exactly what your blessings are. Now nurture them. Feed them, watch them grow. Tend your garden, tend your truth. And pull out the weeds that you don't want. Release what isn't bearing fruit. Okay, what isn't moving you forward in a sustainable way. And then this is also saying that during this time, you're going to want to kind of pick the fruit before it's ripe. You're going to want to have the blessings now. And you're tired of tending the garden because it's been so long, for some 7 years or greater, 7 years, 14 years, 8 years. And you're rooted in wanting this change to move you forward. And you're looking at what you desire. You're looking at what you want and what you need and where you want to be. And it's like, oh, can't it just be here now? Know that as you're on this divine path, doorways are opening. Okay, roads are opening to you. Things are becoming clear. That if we force things, and this isn't being lackadaisical. This isn't sitting back and saying, okay, I'll sit on my couch, eat chips, and life will come when it needs to. It's like, no, things won't change that way. This is being proactive. This is being intense. This is being, dedicated to you. But also knowing that you cannot force the world to be what you want it to be. Because if you try to force it, you will always be disappointed. There's a sense of embracing the cosmic timing, divine timing. And that's a lot of what this reading is about. There's a way divinity is blessing you. There's a way divinity is moving forward with you, and it's sacred, and it's beautiful, and it's serene. But it's not exactly what you are expecting, and that's okay. So let's go deeper. Taurus. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus, show me more deeply. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus, show me more deeply. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus, show me more deeply. Angels and spirit guides, show me deeply. Guide this reading and show me deeply, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me deeply. Awesome. And let's see the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Taurus needs to be mindful of? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Who are the people Taurus needs to be mindful of? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. These three. We have here the King of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have a blessing with the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords can be a combative energy. You feel kind of drawn to them because you do have the Queen of Swords here in you during this time. And so this is going to be a person who's very logical. They can be very cold, okay, with their logic. It doesn't mean that they have to be necessarily very smart, all right? And I don't mean to be rude about it, but they try to be very logical. It's like things have to be done a certain way. It's always been this way, or it always needs to be this way. That is that. And so there's this logic that comes forward with them. There is this sense of determination. They can be very cutting, very biting with their words. They might be aware of it, but they're most likely not. Okay? They're just stating the truth as they see it, and they don't see why you would be bothered by that. This is a person who can be domineering at times. Yes, most definitely, because all monarchs can be. But there is also a sense of just believing that they are right. And if you did things their way and with their knowledge, their understanding, you would be right too. Princess of Cups. This is somebody who's too emotional. Okay, this is somebody, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, who can just be so emotional all the time. They don't think things through. They don't move forward to help themselves the way that they should. They are just so emotional, and they can drown you in their emotional reactiveness, okay? And yeah, I was going to say, okay, so this is probably the same person, because, well, I was talking about the Princess of Wands. I kept on seeing the Princess of Cups. I kept on seeing the Princess of Wands, and I was like, oh, they're going to be, it's very similar energy that they're having here. So it can be one person who is is fiery, who has a bit of a temper on them, right? And that would be the queen, the princess of wands, has a bit of a temper on them, does not think things through, okay? Can be highly emotional, but they will think that they're being very rational, that they're not putting up with this nonsense anymore, and they have to move forward a very certain way. This could be two different people, but they share a lot of similar traits during this time. And it's like enough is enough. Enough is enough. You are tired of the trauma and of the drama and of the chaos and the upheaval, and it's like you just want peace. That's what you want during this time, Taurus. Then we have the Four of Cups. Once again, we have that in the main reading. So this is over the Hangman and the Ten of... I'm going to do this a bit differently. And the Ten of Wands. So you have the Four of Cups right here. And this is that blessing coming in that is going to be so different than what you were expecting and not be exactly what you thought. But again, you're connecting with the divine, and the realm between you and the spirit world is thin. And so what you're looking at here is so much broader, so much more important than just simply the earthly plane. And then we have the Tower, and this is over the Ten of Cups. It's after everything has fallen apart, okay? There is a rebuilding of love, but there's also this kind of skittishness, because you're going to sit there and be like, oh, okay, well, when is it all going to fall apart again? How is it that, when am I going to be let down? And what's happening here is that you've been pushed out of your comfort zone. So as you are building this happily ever after, it's in a way that you never expected. And it's on a path that you didn't know would be yours. And as temperance and balance comes in, the sun shines on you. Okay, this is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. This is love, and this is beauty, and this is success, and this is prosperity, and this is brilliance shining down on you. It then leads you to, as you have the celebrations of success and you have the determination of the heart, it leads you to the Seven of Pentacles, which we had in the main reading. And this is a patience with the creativity that is coming forward, with the bounty that is being sculpted, created, and embodied during this time. And it's saying, have patience, and don't rush things. It won't come out as well if you rush, especially with your heart, with the seeds that you're planting for the prosperity that you want within your life. Don't rush what you so sacredly and so greatly love. The Green Man with the Queen of Swords. Okay, you cut through the doubts and the fears. You see things more openly, more honestly. There's a truth being spoken, and it leads you. The Green Man is, of course, the Fool. It leads you on a path you never expected walking. And it is, yes, out of your comfort zone. And you might think, oh my gosh, I'm being foolish. But it's so right. It's like, oh, okay, I see it. And I see why. You might not see why completely at first, but it's like there is a greater path out there for you. And as you have the chaos that is coming in, you then have the Seven of Athames. You have this change that is coming. You can't stop it. So you're gathering up your knowledge and your understanding. You're leaving some things behind. And you're moving forward in a prosperity, in a bounty for you. This then brings you to the public arena. And with the Star and the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, it brings you to the Devil card. This is the, Cernunnos. This is the Cernunnos energy here. It is nature. It is simply nature. Nature needs to run its course. But here you have a man setting up a bear trap. He's trying to fool nature. He's trying to hurt nature. And the animals are seeing. So here, as you move towards your soul's wish, as you get these blessings, there's addictions that need to be addressed, okay? Because the Devil card shows us to address what we are addicted to. And this could be drugs, alcohol, gambling. It could go into, sex and food and, everything else that there are meetings for, shopping, things like that. But it's also the way that we try to destroy our own nature, our own selves, the habits that we fall into to keep us safe, to, move us forward, but that don't add to our lives in any way, shape, or form. The bear traps that we set for ourselves that hurt so much when we step into them, but we don't know how to stop it. And this is connecting with divinity. This is seeing greater gifts come around you. And It's walking out of a pattern. And as you do so, everything is changing, right? And then you have you coming through, embracing that change. This is the essence of yourself. This is the High Priest. And of course, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's the Hierophant. This is you in the Major Arcana. This is the very, very essence of you. Embracing this change, moving forward in your power, standing in your truth. And Taurus, the beautiful thing about you is that you, when you are in your positive element, you are who you are, unapologetically, profoundly, and beautifully. And there is such a grace that you have, such a power that you have. And it is absolutely amazing. And it brings you then to the Two of Pentacles as you are being patient with the harvest that you are reaping. You are balancing so much. Do not forget to balance you. And do not rush what you are balancing. Fall into harmony with yourself, with what you desire, with what you need, and with where you're heading in life. Because if you do not balance you, if you try to balance everything else but you forget you, you will see so much crumble away that you don't want to crumble. Now let's see what your spirit guide animals have to say. Your spirit animals have to say. Taurus, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Taurus, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, wow, these three? Okay, fantastic. Right off the bat. So we have here the Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around you. It really is. Love is all around you. A connection with divinity, with your higher power, with your grace, brings you towards love and brings you to love. And it becomes such a sacred part, and it is such a sacred part of your being during this time. The Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Life is moving forward, and we see that here, that life is moving forward. And we see that also with the Tower. It's a change that cannot be stopped. Life is speeding up. Embrace the love that is all around you. And then we have the Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. So as life is speeding up, as love is guiding you, as love is a part of you, lay a solid foundation for what it is that you want, for what it is that you desire in life. Not a foundation built on sand, okay, but a foundation of your truth, your passion, your glory, and yourself. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power, reclaim your truth. Because there is ferocity in you, determination, and absolute beauty. Claim it. This then moves you to your subconscious people message, which is strength. Okay, Leo energy. Strength is not brute force strength, but strength is strength of kindness, compassion, heart, soul, beauty, self. It is the strength that is keeping you going. It is the strength that can rebuild hearts, souls. Spirit is saying worlds, is what Spirit is saying. And it's a strength that rebuilds so beautifully and so honestly. It then leads you to your subconscious tarot message. Not tarot, but chakra message. There we go. Forgiveness, the heart chakra. Forgive the mistakes of the past, the pains of the past, the hurts, the disappointments, the upsets, the upheavals. Forgive. Forgive those who have hurt you, not for them, but for you, because they don't get to have power in your life anymore. It doesn't mean that you sit down and you have, dinner with them or you break bread with them at all. It means that you claim your strength inwardly, powerfully, by not letting them have any rule over your existence, over yourself. This is also the forgiveness of self, which is harder at times, to forgive ourselves for being vulnerable, for getting hurt, for being naive, for so many things. It's a forgiveness of choosing the wrong path, of doing the wrong thing, of making a mistake. It's a forgiveness to move us forward in grace and beauty and connection. It leads you then to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Nine of Cups. That is beauty all around you. That is a connecting with a divine presence, a glorious presence of heart and soul and self. This is the power of your heart coming forward. This is the beauty of your mind. This is something so much easier for other people to see than for you to see yourself. This is wishes coming true. And this is a sacredness within you. And it leads you to going deeper into the tarot message. And it's the Hangman. You do not see things the same way as everybody else. That is going to be one of your greatest gifts during this time. Do not apologize for being different. You're seeing the world profoundly and beautifully. Don't change. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we step into our blessings, as we know that the veil between this world and the spirit world is thin for you, especially during this time, and that you're seeing so much more clearly, but also at times a bit more overwhelmingly than you had expected. A grounding in your truth and a knowing that you're being watched over and blessed. All right, so let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.